Hey guys, MCU Collector here with another figure review, and moving along with the Power Rangers figures, we have the Wave 12 Power Rangers Lightning Collection Mighty Morphin Black Ranger. This is Adam. This is another Black Ranger figure, which we've seemed to get a lot of. We had the Walgreens exclusive with the Dragon Shield. We had the regular release, which now makes this one absolutely pointless and not necessary in any way, shape, or form, which in my opinion is not a terrible thing, but why release this one in the first place? Either they knew they messed up with this and wanted to release this one, but then now they're doing that whole remastered thing, so what was the point? We also had the metallic version, which had the new helmet, so this version does have the new helmet, which is again another reason why this one is absolutely pointless in having, and I don't even remember which wave this figure had come out in. His Morpher was all gold in that power coin, so you couldn't even see the red of the Morpher. They fixed that for this. This is Adam. I did like Adam more. I think he was, obviously he was a Power Ranger for a lot longer than Zach was. But this extra weapon that he comes with was at a time when Zach used it, not even Adam. So it's kind of a weird thing all around. But we have the artwork of the Black Ranger there. This is the old school windowless packaging, which I only have a couple of remaining figures that have it. I have the Lost Galaxy green, the Dino Thunder yellow, and I still haven't opened the red Tyrannosaurus Sentry figure. But anyway, let's go ahead and get Adam, the Black Ranger, out of the package. We'll take a look at the figure and go over the comparisons. I won't go over the articulation. I'm going to try and keep this video a little bit short. I will do a head sculpt comparison with this head sculpt that came with the metallic Black Ranger, which is the same as the Zeo Green Ranger head sculpt, just updated coloring and things like that. We'll see how this new head sculpt really matches and aligns. But let's go ahead and get the figure out of the package now. Okay, so here is the Black Ranger figure out of the package, and one thing that this figure has, I guess that over all the other Ranger figures, is the Blade Blaster with the blade out version. This was first seen on the Walgreens exclusive Black Ranger with the Dragon Shield. It's not often that we get this. Actually, I don't know if that was the first one or if the San Diego Comic Con. No, I think that Black Ranger was the first to have this one. And no other figures really come with a combination of all the different blade blasters. So like the Blade Blaster with the blade out, folded with the blade in that goes in the holster. We usually get this version here, which is in the blaster mode. All the other figures have that. The cel-shaded Pink Ranger that was exclusive to GameStop, that was that comic figure, did come with all three. Otherwise, no other figure has actually come with all three, so this one does have that and really helps. These ones look so much better in the holster than the actual blaster mode, because this is how they're supposed to really fit in there, and the blaster, you know, where it sticks out, kind of drives me crazy a little bit. So there we have that. So that is definitely a nice touch there. We do get this little blast effect thing, and I think this was some kind of extinguisher or something, so this actually just ports right on in at the end there to this weapon, as you can see there. And this thing is done nicely, but it's just one of those odd ones where Zach's the one that used it, not Adam, but we get an Adam head sculpt here. So you see some green in there, some silver, some gold, more silver, and black there. Nothing special with this. I think it was, you know, one time in an episode somewhere. Not a really important piece. I don't even remember what it was, so we're just going to put that off to the side. We do get an extra pair of hands, so we have the fists there. As you can see, in terms of updates, this plastic feels a little bit softer and kind of moves around a little bit easier. Not that it's like loose or you know, falling apart or anything like that. And just, you know, an observation I've made. But the Morpher is definitely a nice update to where we can actually see the red of the Morpher around the power coin. That's going to be huge. The whites are a little bit different on the figure, so I will be doing a comparison so we can see them side by side with the previous releases. Here we have the Adam Park head sculpt. It is new. We definitely get some new hair for him, with the part being more in the middle, whereas on the other ones the part was a little bit more off to the side. And I think this is actually a better head sculpt than this one here. I don't really see Johnny Young Bosch. I don't see the resemblance as much. It's there, but again, I think they did it much better in this previous version, which was better than the Zeo Green one, which looked a little bit too pale. So this is the one that came with the metallic Hasbro Pulse exclusive version. But you guys let me know down in the comments below, which head sculpt do you like for Adam Park more? The new one that comes here, or the older one there. I think it's the older one. So enough of that. Let's go ahead and take a closer look at the Black Ranger figure itself. Okay, so here's an up-close look. The big thing to this is we get the new updated helmet, which does look a whole hell of a lot better. At the time, I didn't realize how off, I guess, it really looked. As you can see, the Mastodon tusks are huge on this first original version there, and it was also on the Walgreens exclusive version. The silver of the tusks was definitely a little bit more brighter on this one than that Walgreens exclusive version. We definitely get more of a matte finish to some parts of this, especially in the visor. It definitely is more of a matte finish where we definitely get a gloss on the old one. The mouthpiece looks a little bit wider. We definitely are more rounded as opposed to more like squeezed in of the older version. The silver looks a little bit better on the trunk there. The eyes are a yellow as opposed to a gold color, and then like these squarish flaps part of the helmet design there are much smaller and don't go as much onto the the top and wrap around the helmet. So it's definitely a big improvement and does make it look a lot better. One thing that is driving me crazy is this older figure looks to be taller, and that's going to be for a couple of reasons. The size of the helmet, well, I guess they're kind of lined up pretty well side by side here. Must be the angle that I'm at that it makes it look weird. So they're about the same height. They are the same figure, but as you can see, we definitely get a brighter white on this new one, whereas this one I didn't think there was any issue with the white, but seeing them next to each other, it's definitely more of an eggshell off-white color. The turtleneck up underneath that white on his neck is definitely more of a gloss white as opposed to a matte white before, but other than that, there really isn't a whole lot difference other than, again, the brighter white even on the boots, as you can see there. But the big thing is that improved Morpher, so all gold, which drove me crazy because all the other figures have red around the power coin, so it was just this one that didn't. So it's definitely a big improvement. But really, that's it. We're essentially looking at the same exact figure, but improvements made. So if you missed out on this Black Ranger figure, you're good. You don't need it. You got this one, unless you really need a Zach head sculpt to go along with it. But that's definitely an easy pass there. Now, if you have the metallic black, depending on how you want your teams, this is kind of how you would have it. See, now why do these look size-wise? Other than the helmet definitely sits higher. The shoulders are up higher too. Man, I'm like tripping. I'm like going crazy trying to figure this out. Like, why is that size difference there? The legs are about the same width apart, so that shouldn't change the height unless the metallic versions use different parts that we just thought were the same but weren't. I could also just be going crazy as it is close to midnight and I may not know exactly what I'm doing, but I mean, those look like different. Look at the shoulders, right? One's definitely higher than the other. I'm definitely going crazy, but the helmets, as you can see, are the same. It is the updated helmet, so now we actually have a good solid black one versus a metallic version there. One thing I want to do before we finish up this video, because I will not be going over the articulation as all these Power Ranger figures have the same articulation. I need to pop this head off, and it does not want to come off easily, and I thought I heard some cracking, so definitely be careful. Ooh, I'm gonna have to do that off screen. Careful when changing out heads. Okay, I got it off safely. Nothing to really worry about. Oop. And let's pop this head on there. Ooh, that was snug as hell. Oh, look at that. I put the wrong damn head on there. This is what happens when it's midnight. But anyway, if you have this head, that looks really good on there, and I think it actually looks better than what I'm about to show you now. Which was hard enough to get that head on. Oh, look at that. The one that comes with it is actually much easier to get on there, but doesn't really look as good in my opinion. They went, again, a little bit too pale on the skin tone in my opinion, and it just doesn't look as good, right? I don't know. I don't think it looks as good. You guys let me know down in the comments below. This is not how I will be displaying it. I don't really display the civilian heads unless we have multiple Black Rangers figures, and which I do. So now I'm going to pop this wrong helmet version off, and I will be putting the Zach head back on there and displaying it like that. But this one, we're going to take the Adam Park head sculpt back off, and then we are going to put the helmeted head back on, and that snaps into place there. and looks really good displayed nicely on the shelf with the rest of the team. And again, it's not that it's like dangling or anything, but it definitely feels a little bit more loose. The plastic feels a little bit softer. Not that it feels like rubbery in any way, but just a little bit softer than what some of these other ones were. The joints were really stiff. But I think that actually works out better and makes it a little bit more easier to pose around and move around. So I'm happy with it. But you guys let me know down in the comments below. What do you think of this Wave 12 Black Ranger figure? Do you think it was a waste? I kind of still do, but again, it is nice to get the updated one. But if they were gonna do the 30th anniversary remastered figures anyway, why would they do this release? It doesn't make sense to me. I think ultimately it was a waste, but if people are going to pass on those remastered, then this is a good way for them to get one, which does have the more accurate helmet, but it's still just a weird choice all the way around. I like that it has all the different blade blasters. That's definitely a plus. But you guys let me know down in the comments below your thoughts on this. Is it a pickup for you or is it an easy pass? Let me know in the comments below. If you guys like this video, please do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. Hit that join button to become a channel member and join the MCU Collective. And as always, thank you for watching.